Rumors are that allegedly Porsha and Dennis got into their biggest fight ever. And I do mean big. What were they fighting about? Well, I have some new information that may answer that question and more right after this. What's up, kinfolk, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, do me a favor and subscribe. And if you already are subscribed, do me a favor and get notified so you'll know whenever I upload new videos to the channel. Alright, kinfolk, come on into the house. We have a lot to talk about, and it centers around rumors that allegedly Porsha and Dennis had their biggest fight ever. And I do mean big. What were they fighting about? I have some new information that may answer that question and more. And here it goes. Allegedly, Dennis and Porsha had their biggest fight ever. One source said, "This fight was huge, and I have never heard of Dennis being this angry with anyone." Dennis is normally the calm one in between the two, but not this time. All gloves were off, and Porsha should be worried, said the source. "If I was her, I would try to solve this issue with Dennis immediately instead of trying to fight back." Another source said, "If I was Porsha, I would be very afraid of Dennis's wrath. Unlike Simon, Dennis has real receipts on Porsha. He knows her like the back of his hand. He also knows what she is capable of doing." The source continued, "Dennis is extremely smart and more calculating than Porsha. It seems like Porsha is playing checkers while Dennis is playing chess." So what was this big fight all about? Sources say, allegedly, the fight came down to Porsha's parenting. Another source close to the situation who wished to remain anonymous said, allegedly, Porsha's parenting skills or lack of were called into question by Dennis. The source continued, allegedly, Dennis has hard evidence that Porsha's parenting skills since dating Simon aren't what they used to be, said the source. Allegedly, what made the verbal altercation even worse is that several people in Porsha's camp secretly co-signed Dennis's opinion and receipts. I'm not sure if Porsha was mad at Dennis for what he said or mad because some of what he did say was somewhat true, said the source. I'm guessing Porsha isn't taking these alleged allegations lightly and will plan to fight any negative perception of her mothering skills with every tool in her toolbox, said the source. The source ended by saying, for now, it seems that Porsha's and Dennis' relationship is as strained as it has ever been before. I'm just not sure if they will ever recover from this fight anytime soon. Alright, kinfolk, there you have it. It's a lot, and so let's try to dissect this rumor very quickly because this is a changing story and is a developing story day by day. If you've been following Porsha on social media, she has somewhat been alluding to this fight, and I mean the stories and the allegations are coming out almost hour by hour. So let's go ahead and see what parts of this rumor could be true and which parts could be kind of embellished a little bit. And I just want to first start off by saying that, one, I feel like Porsha and Dennis' relationship never fully recovered from him cheating on her a couple of years back. And doing this spinoff was the last thing that they needed to do if they were really committed to trying to work out their parenting skills or their co-parenting skills in relationship with one another. And if she did bring Dennis aboard her show to highlight how they co-parent, then I feel like she should have protected that co-parenting relationship a lot better than what she is doing now. And so I really hate how Porsha is allowing certain family members to publicly disrespect Dennis on camera, especially on her spinoff, because I know Dennis has his faults, but I don't think he would allow his family members to disrespect Porsha, the mother of his child, as vigorously as her side of the family is doing to him on national television. And I think this is what sparked this alleged fight. Because if you watch the spinoff, Porsha has this way of poking Dennis, right? And she pokes him several different ways from what I've noticed. She pokes him by subliminally attacking his mother and using catchphrases or talking points that she knows strikes a nerve with Dennis. And the thing about poking a bear, if you poke a bear enough and successfully in the right places, then that bear is going to eventually wake up and it's going to start fighting back. And I think this is what we're seeing from Dennis, because if the reason why they had this alleged fight is true, and it is about or was about Porsha's parenting skills, then I would imagine Dennis probably saw some things that he didn't agree with Porsha doing, or how she was handling certain situations regarding their child, and he's probably was taking mental notes. And I can see how the source could say, well, it seems like Porsha's playing checkers while Dennis is playing chess. Well, I didn't agree about this thing about your parenting skills on this. I'm not going to say too much, but I'm going to check it off and write it down in my box. I didn't agree when you did this. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to write it down in my notes. I didn't agree when you said this. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to write it down and put it in my notes. And for such a time when you come at me crazy and when you say some things to me that I just absolutely do not agree with and I don't like, I'm going to start hitting you with A, B, and C. And one thing about being in a co-parent relationship is that if you sit there long enough and you're really into a co-parent relationship, you're going to start noticing some things that you just don't agree with your spouse doing. And it seems like that could be what Dennis could have done if, the allegations of them of their fight allegedly being about Porsha's parenting. It is very hard to say that Porsha isn't a good mother, because I honestly feel like she is a good mother. I mean, she could be a great mother, honestly, but when you look at how she has constructed her public image these last couple of months with Simon, then the evidence is not necessarily there publicly. And what I mean by that is that we see Porsha flying off here, jet setting there with Simon, doing this and doing that, and we hardly ever see her with her daughter. Now, here's the thing. Her daughter could be with her 24/7. I mean, Porsha could be in front of the camera, and her daughter could be right here on the other side of the camera. However, those are not the images of which we are seeing. And so if you go back to her social media page, you can almost piece together a timeline of where it looks like she wasn't with her daughter. And it doesn't give the optics of being a great present mother in your daughter's life, which I do believe she is. What I'm hoping is that this situation doesn't get even more messy than what it already is. We saw Porsha allude to the fact that she was going back and doing extra confessionals for her spinoff, I want to say, so she can address some things that Dennis, I think, and his mom had said about her on camera. And I think that's what the source is saying. Like, right now, it's not a good time for Porsha to be fighting back. Because if Dennis came with evidence like evidence A, evidence B, evidence C, then it's going to be hard to refute those things with petty remarks or shady remarks. It's going to be like, yeah, that was a good one-liner. Yeah, that was a good shady comment. But what about allegation 1, allegation 2, and allegation 3? What evidence do you have to refute those claims? And so I really hope that she doesn't take it that far, and I hope it doesn't get to that place, because honestly, they do have a daughter together, and you want their co-parenting relationship to work out. Because for me, that's one of the things that I admired about Dennis and Porsha, is that no matter what they had going on, their co-parenting relationship seemed solid, and it seemed like it was a very genuine attempt to make a loving family unit for their daughter, even though they weren't together. But again, folks, I want to know what you guys think. Do you think this alleged fight was about Porsha's parenting skills, or do you think this fight was just a general big blow up because Dennis got tired of Porsha poking him, and that he might have said other things that could have gotten under Porsha's skin besides parenting. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below. Alright, kinfolk, as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys over on the next one. Peace.